Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We've got some StarCraft 2 here for you. A great matchup for the ESL Pro Tour NA Weekly number 9. This match is being covered live here on twitch.tv/Nathanias. If you enjoy the content, throw your buddy a sub so I can pay my rent, because all of the gigs have been canceled due to the coronavirus. In the bottom right, we have the blue Zerg player. He is Bly. A pretty fantastic matchup. He just defeated Cuddle Bear, so he's been wetting his ZVT chops. His opponent in the top left, the red Terran, here on Ephemeron, he is Special, aka Major, aka Juanito, aka the guy that everybody always spams Doritos in chat for. He's a pretty cool dude. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about that. Hopefully you guys have been having a good time. I know one of the other, I believe we're towards the quarterfinal stage of this week's weekly, but the other matchup going on right now, I think, is Clem versus Eggs, and Mana is also playing against someone. The semifinals are done one at a time, so we may end up with a little bit of a delay after this match concludes, but regardless, we'll get through it. We'll see what happens. I'll try to get some fun stuff going. Special getting ready to build his expand. And he's also going to send an SCV out across the map. I'm just going to give you a quick cheer, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, Special, for SCV scouting against Bly. A lot of Terran players like to make bad excuses to themselves for not SCV scouting. A lot of Terran players don't win anything either. Funny, huh? But Bly, definitely known for his cheese. Honestly, he's a pretty smart guy. He loves to kind of seek those opportunities out to be annoying, to get in the way. And then here's the other bonus, because Bly loves to sneak the drone out and grab that third before the Reaper shows up. It's also really nice to have this SCV here, because you can prevent that fast third hatch from being taken, and that does mean that the Reaper is going to be able to deny the third base, that's really all you want to see. If you're a Terran player in this situation, you just want to deny that third. Delay it if you can. There's the engineering bay. Now, the engineering bay within a few seconds is over 200 health. That's why I think the bunker is a terrible way to block, because a bunker at 25% will only be 100 health. So these couple of lings are still going to counter. I can't believe I'm seeing this, but Special built a second Reaper, the crazy SOB. You really don't see that often anymore in StarCraft, the second Reaper against Zerg, and I really do like it, because now he's safe at home. And he can still put this pressure on. And this is just, I love it. I love it. Every single extra action that you force the Zerg to do in a situation like this is good. You definitely don't want them to be able to just take that third with no problem. The engineering bay being 125 mineral down payment to block that base is worth it. Look at that. Brings the other Reaper back. Why? Because there's no lings. How's he going to take the third base? He can't. Oh, no, he built the extractor. So really good job. Really good job here by Special. Very well done. Very, very, very well done by our Terran player. He's kind of boxed Bly in a little bit. And not to say that this is a situation Bly can't recover from, but this is definitely exactly what Special wanted to do. We saw Bly in the last Terran versus Zerg matchup. He did go for a quick third base in both of the games against Cuddle Bear, even if he still wanted to apply light pressure. But now Special says, okay, you've killed my third base, sure, or you killed my Reaper, sure, but he pretty much knows the lair timing. The lair is now done, and he still knows that there's no third base. It's possible Bly could have tried to squeeze a hatchery somewhere else, but he didn't. Look at this, though. Look at the Overlords. They're getting ready. Is he going to poop a creep highway? It's very possible. These links poking the front. Special, though, he's going to build a safety Banshee. Oh, Worm de la Nidus. Subterranean scales. 3 armor when emerging from the ground. Well, Nidus Worms are absolutely terrifying, so let's see what happens. He's going to finally knock this down, but it is Bly. So here's the question. Here's the question, Special. Do you have vision of your whole base? He does not have vision of his whole base. There are really only a few things that can kill you right now. I hope you're aware of that. And it's Juanito. Oh, Juanito. There are only a few things that could kill you. You saw it was a fast lair, no third base. I love you, buddy, but he's about to have Bly explode inside of him. As Zerglings begin to spill out, we've got plenty of roaches in there, all of the queens, and another worm's gonna pop up here. That's gonna block some of the pathing, some of the AR targeting. We have creep tumors being dropped now inside of Special's base. He pulls a few of the lings back inside, then sends them back out again. Now that worm gets killed, but in this is just one of those really awkward spots. He could actually use the Nidus network like a force field. Okay, yep, put one down there. So he can't mine anymore because he's using all of his SCVs to fight. The queens are here. They're getting tons and tons of damage done alongside those roaches. Now the Banshee is trying to get the Nidus from the backside over there. This worm finishes and immediately dies. The Banshee saves him, but it's too late. GG. Bly takes game number 1. An unfortunate circumstance for Special. Having a depot on the corner of your base. Definitely important. We're going to get into the next lobby as soon as humanly possible, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're counting down into the lobby. They almost started it with me against Bly. That would have been terrifying. Shout out to Horace. Bly's like, do you want to play, Nate? I'm like, no, thank you. I don't want to die. All right, we're loading into game number 2 between Bly and Special. Let's see if Special can bring this one back. Definitely a good start by our blue Zerg player here in the Northwest. Representing the Ukraine. A wonderful, phenomenal Zerg. He is Bly. His opponent in the southeast, the Red Terran player, just one supply depot away from being able to spot that Nidus and win. Tragically, he did not. He is Special. Yeah, I'm bringing out all the different effects for you guys, okay? All the different ones. Someone in chat says, even when you know it's coming, I gotta be honest with you, he didn't know it was coming. Bly is crazy enough that he would go for 2-base Muta in that situation sometimes. It could have also just been a speed roach all in. Bly is known for being that player that does anything. Nothing is off the table. You're like, Nate, aren't some of those builds bad? It doesn't matter. When it comes to a game like that, when it comes to the way a game is played out in such a manner as that, it is extremely, extremely common to lose to the least likely strategies, even if they're not good, because you don't prepare against them, you know? And that has a massive impact on the outcome of the game. So for some reason, his mind wasn't on Nidus. You got to have that coverage of your entire base vision. You got to be able to see everything. And if you can, then I think he could have very easily defended it. If he had pulled everything to that worm the moment it started building, I think he wins that last game, because Bly did not really have any economy. But then again, that is part of Bly's genius. He is able to get inside people's heads, force them to make mistakes, and love him or hate him, the dude puts up results. He's a fantastic Zerg, and he's one of my favorite Zerg players to watch, because he just wins with stupid that honestly shouldn't work all the time. What does that mean? Well, guess that means it ain't so stupid. Bly's a pretty fantastic Zerg. I got nothing bad to say about this guy. Love watching him play. Reaper's gonna come poke this proxy hatch. He has found it. He's like, okay, what's the plan here? Special is building a bunker in his main base. He's getting the factory far enough away that a roach couldn't deny it, or Biles couldn't kill it while it's building. And he just wants to make sure that no spine crawlers get built here. A couple of lings are gonna run to the left side. But your big fears, if you're a Terran in this scenario, spines, obviously. It is going to be a roach-based all-in, but the queen is going to come out, and I don't think he's going to drop an inject here. I think he's going to creep tumor first. This is actually really important because Special wants to deny that tumor if he can. I think Bly should be able to get the creep tumor down, though. Special's waiting for a chance to deny it. If that creep tumor gets denied, it's actually one of the sickest plays that could happen right now. It would legitimately be like a really, really amazing play if you could deny that creep tumor. But here it comes. He waited for the roach to finish. And that's fine, because even though that creep tumor got delayed, he has enough energy for a second one now. Yep. And there you go. It's going to spread twice as fast because he's got 2 creep tumors in that same area. And of course, the charges for those are going to allow him to continue to move forward. So we've got a Cyclone on the way, but there are 3 Ravagers. And he immediately sets his sights on killing the command center. He absolutely will kill it if he does not very carefully defend it. He's going after the supply depots. This Reaper comes running around. There is a queen in the main to defend against the Reaper, though. Supply depot number 1 is dead. Supply depot number 2. This is going to supply block Special, by the way. And mind you, he's only got 1 depot that he could try to do a supply drop onto. That Cyclone needs to be very careful. It's going to be hard to kill that Overlord. Whoa! Overlord's still alive somehow. It's like the opening to Resident Evil 3. Somehow, I'm still alive. I've been playing a lot of that. I've been loving it. I've been loving all of that. Also, to the guy asking in chat, no, I am not in Vegas yet. That move will probably be happening during the summer. Got a few months left on the old lease. Good hit on that Cyclone. Forcing repairs onto it, at least, is going to help. The funny thing is, Cyclones are actually one of the most expensive units to repair in StarCraft. Because, A, Cyclones are not really cheap, but their hit points are so low that since SCVs repair at a rate of 4 hit points per second, generally, I think it's 6 now that it's not on Blizzard time anymore. It's like 6 hit points per second. But the cost to repair a unit from 1 health to full is 25% of the cost. So because Cyclones have such little health, the rate of repair actually costs more resources per second to fix a Cyclone, if that makes sense. And Bly's not super worried because worst case scenario, he's got a bunch of creep out here. He's going to have to build a Raven to break out or drop a lot of scans, both of which are things that Bly wants to happen. Ravens are not really good against Zerg. People don't really use Ravens a lot. They're very flimsy. They die very easily. They don't really do too much as far as harass or damage goes because you can only drop a missile turret from 1 range away, and queens have 8 range. So it's very easy to chip away at Ravens. And they also cost a lot of gas, so repairing them is similar, or repairing them is consequently also expensive. So the Reaper dies. Bly's going to finally take his natural. He's been mining out of this base. If you can get away with this, you're denying, in the event that this game goes really long, you've denied Special a lot of money. So Bly, able to put on a lot of pressure, get a lot of damage done. The Queen's trying to keep the Overlord alive for high ground vision. He's going to try and bust him here. Multiple siege tanks. He's dropping the boss. 1 takedown. 2. Oh, second siege tank drops. 3rd siege tank is killed. Now, a lot of SCVs come off to repair. Most of what Bly had died, but with 3 dead tanks, honestly, I thought Special might be feeling pressured and going for a big counterattack, but instead, look, he drops these mules. How are you ever going to get rid of this creep? There's a lot of creep inside your base, my dude. Trying to go for a counterattack drop is not going to work as well since every single siege tank got killed. And he's just continuously, look at this. He has a Ling here patrolling in case he tries to float a command center up north. That's the thing about Bly, is he's actually done these types of builds so many times. He pretty much knows everything that you could do as a response because he's practiced this kick 1,000 times. And I don't know if he's going to react to it, but he definitely had vision of that medevac for a second too, watching down. And what these Ravagers want to do is just drop Biles on the ramp if Special ever tries to go down the ramp. So we've got a tank. That is done. More Ravagers are being morphed though. Stim is about to finish. Another medevac's about to finish. I think coming down this ramp is going to be very difficult, very dangerous. This is not really enough Marines to even deal with these Lings, I don't think. We'll see. Stim is almost ready. If he went right now before Stim was done, then maybe he could kill it, but I think with good micro... Oh, no, he's forced to pull up. Yeah, no, this is bad news bears all the way down for Bly. Or for Special, excuse me. I mean, Special, I would say, has just about been Blyed. which is tough. It is very difficult. Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna have a hard time getting out of your own base here. Just because of all the biles he could drop on that ramp. Well, he pulled back now, so I guess that helps. Just keep dropping tumors. What you want to do is make it so that all the creep tumors in the main, in the natural at least, are not within one scan. Right now, if you dropped a single scan, like right here where I'm boxing, you could get all the creep tumors that are covering the natural. So that's the kind of, I don't know, that's the kind of stuff I think about as a Terran player. See, there you go. Really good. And this is really nice too, because if he doesn't get the, okay. Yeah, that's what special needed. So now the creep is going to leave his natural eventually. Those biles trying to prevent him from running backwards, but there's a lot of Marines. Ravagers are not known for being very good against Marines, so Bly may have overstayed his welcome. Forces out another scan, just keep biling. And this is where you get a little bit concerned, right? Do we have a Baneling Nest? No, so it's just Ravager Ling. Ravagers are doing their best. Oh my god, is he going to try and push back through this? Oh, he could smite the tank! Oh no! All right, well, Siege Tank's dead. Now it's just Roach, excuse me, Ravager Ling. And these Marines are doing their absolute best. That +1 attack on the Marines is ace. So at the end of the day, Special is now going to get his natural. Special can get his natural now at the 9-minute mark. Hot damn. Bly doesn't want to give this up yet, though. He's going to build another queen from here. I mean, you might want to try and spread some of the tumors back towards that base. I don't know. But Bly is going to try and get the surround on this bio over towards the spore as well, so the medevacs take some damage. There's really not a lot here, so he's like, all right, you want to unload one at a time? Fight me with your SCVs. Let's go, bro. I actually do really like that. The +1 attack on the Marines is nice, but Bly is just trying to leverage the Zerg economy to give himself what he needs here, and he's going to go for a few more of these roaches. But since there's creep here, even without speed, these roaches are not bad. Bly's pretty committed to trying to win this. Oh, he got +1 carapace. I didn't even notice that. Hot damn. So killing this hatchery would be nice. He's trying to get those drones out of there as well. He's got a siege tank on the high ground. Just pop another tumor, dog. Just gonna drop it. Drop it like it's hot. That's what I would do. He's going for +1 melee now. He's trying to saturate the natural expansion. But Special's completely mined out his main. There's 700 resources left there. Meanwhile, Bly, well, I mean, he was spent most of his time mining the other side of the map, so he's not super worried. Actually, some of these mineral patches have... He's done work on these. Did he specifically try to mine out the weakest patches so that he could mine those out and leave his opponent without anything? That's crazy. He's going to try and come in here with some more Ling, Ravager, Roach. I don't think this fight's going to go anywhere near as well. Special blast that to smithereens. I really think Bly overextended on that part. And now I'm worried about Bly. Special has a pretty scary army. Bly does not have anything back home. He's got a Ravager and 2 Roaches, handful of Lings. He's building 26 more Zerglings. +1 attack is almost ready. But weirdly enough, and I can't believe I'm about to say this. He's going to step off creep by approaching his opponent's base. He is now off creep. Now that he's made it to the Zerg's base, he's off creep. It doesn't make any sense. But that's the reality we live in. +1 attack is almost done for the Lings, but it's not yet ready. Tries to drop the biles to catch on the retreat, but Special knows he's going to be able to mow down this armada of Zerg flesh. And I think we're going to go to game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely beautiful play here by both Special and Bly. What a strange game. I've definitely never been able to say in a cast before that by approaching the Zerg base, he would step off creep. That's the first time for everything, ladies and gentlemen. First time for everything. He had the 1-1 on the Lings, but he's building Roaches again, so they don't benefit from the attack upgrade that he had. The Marines got +1 armor now. And Bly is, oh, he ain't got nothing. Yeah, no, he's just got nothing left. Just got 20 drones sitting on his main base. GG. Special ties things up. And we are going to jump into game number 3 as soon as we get the chance, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, seriously, that game was freaking crazy, wasn't it? I'm glad you guys are enjoying that. I'm having a really fun time casting and hanging out with y'all. Hope you're having a great Sunday wherever you are in this big old wide world. Really appreciate everybody who comes by and is willing to watch some cool streams over here. Appreciate it. Thank you, TG Prime. I really appreciate that a lot, man. We're in the lobby for game number 3 of Bly versus Special. Prepare your bodies, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be starting in just a second. The time has come. Let's see who gets the dub here, ladies and gentlemen. Spawning in the bottom left position of Zen, we have the blue Zerg player. He is Bly. And spawning in the top right, a man known only as the king of Doritos because his name is Juanito. He is Special. Exciting match we've had so far today. And ladies and gentlemen, doesn't look like the party's gonna stop. Bly going with the proxy hatch again. Are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. This is pretty much exactly what you expect. And what better map to do it on than a map that has no ramp leading to the natural? This, of course, is going to make defending way more difficult. You think about it this way, right? On Triton, you have that ramp up the natural, the ramp up into the main. You need an overlord to be able to see what's going on. This time, however, you will not need an overlord to see up into the natural expansion, and that is going to help tremendously for this aggressive play by Bly. And what I'm wondering now, Special moves his SCV down. He's going to go scout. Thank you for SCV scouting, Special. I love you for SCV scouting. Every single Terran player should always SCV scout against Bly. I 100% believe that with every fiber of my being. I do like to say a lot of sarcastic, silly things and meme around, but I'm going to tell you right now, you really should always SCV scout Bly. If you don't, you are asking for it. Because now Special knows, oh, no hatch. Cool. No doubt. Because the hatchery is over here. And guess what? Mr. Reaper, instead of going across the map, says, well met to your hatchery. Thank you for the 4-year resub, Juggu. Literal God. This guy barely has time to hang around. He's still been supporting me for such a long time. Big shout outs. Big ups, man. Big ups. I love you, dude. So the Roachborn is on the way. It's going to be something very similar to the last game, it would appear. And we've got the Reaper poking the hatch. Now, this is definitely a bit of a closer rush distance to do something like a spine crawler compared to the last map on Triton. So I definitely, you want to be aware. You want to know what's going on at all times. Takes out a handful of the lings. But it's roaches coming out. And he's not actually building a queen here, I've just noticed. He is not building a queen at this hatchery. He's just building roaches. And I have to ask myself, is there a particular reason? Will he start a queen? Because he has the gas to make Ravagers, right? And that's kind of what you expect. Oh my god, is he just going to run past the bunker? Nani? Now he's going to make a Ravager now that he's past the bunker. And he's just going to get to work on the ramp. I don't think he can deny this Ravager. However, not having the roaches to support it will definitely make it a pretty vulnerable target. Ravagers have 25 less hit points than roaches. And because they're dummy thick, it's easy for SCVs to surround them. So you really do need to be cautious. These roaches, another Ravager, are going to try to come around. But because of this 360-degree surround that he has on the bunker, it's pretty easy to pick off the repairing SCVs if he wants to. Yeah, like there's... holding on to this is impossible. So natural expansion for Special is going to be forfeit. He's building a Cyclone, which, while it can be good, is not necessarily the best answer at all times. However, he's worried because Bly's control against the siege tanks has been fantastic. Now, I definitely think Bly needs to be careful, because if he pulls the SCVs and does get a surround on the Ravagers, things will be tough. He's trying to get that Cyclone. It's really the only sustained damage output that Special has. There you go. SCVs coming off the line, trying to drop the piles to grab him on the same side. Unfortunately for Bly, the armor does not affect the Cyclone lock-on, so he actually gets a pretty tremendous amount of damage on there. That Cyclone is continuing to pull back. He manages to kill it, but at the same time, with the SCVs, he's gotten almost all of the Ravagers, but more roaches are coming. More roaches are coming for Bly, and the SCVs are not very good against those roaches. Does get the high ground vision Overlord. That's extremely important. Mr. Cyclone says, I'm going to try and get even more kills as much as humanly possible. Does a little bit more damage to that roach. Dude, Bly is a monster. Historians examining Bly's tournament history over the last 10 years. He can't keep getting away with it. Seriously. It's like one of those, what year is it? It's like tell me what is happening in StarCraft right now? Oh, Bly's proxy hatching Special. Okay, I guess the name change for Special probably tells you. If you said majors, like Bly's proxying majors, be like, well, it could be 2010 or it could be 2020. And I think Special's super dead. The bunker, he got the SCV that was building it. He does have a siege tank on the high ground, but I think that Overlord's going to get the vision for it. And as soon as he gets vision of that Overlord, well, maybe if he can kill one Ravager, if he can just kill one, okay. You know what? Maybe it's not dead. Maybe he's not dead yet. Okay. Oh, you know what? And then you're like, dude, there's literally just 3 Overlords sitting here waiting to be sacrificed. Bad use of that lock-on, but it's okay. Senor Ravager, he's trying his best. That Overlord is just trying to protect the... Oh, nice kill there. Don't worry, though. He still has a hatchery outside of his base. Thank you, Blues Clock, for the 3-year resub. I love you, dude. We got stream delay on because we're casting a tournament, so it's not going to be the instant response that some of you want. I am sorry. At least in the VOD, it will appear that I answered instantly. Shout out to the people who watch the VODs. You're actually the only reason I'm still uploading stuff. I love you guys. So more units. Going to stream some lings out from the main. Getting a queen in the main base. Speed is ready. We have yet to start the creep tumor spam because he's really just trying to get more units out. I think this is too many siege tanks though, right? I said that last time and he killed all 3 tanks with his first attack. So Banshee is best answer, right? Well, Banshees can be a good answer. The problem is this attack hits far before you could have something like Banshees. And with the number of SCVs that he lost, with the amount that he had to pull to fight, he's lost 21 SCVs. It's very difficult to build the starport and a factory unit at the beginning. The cost to build the Cyclone or a tank is the same as getting the starport. So if you skip the Cyclone, he dies to that first Roach Ravager push. He's 100% dead. And if you're basically your only option is you got to build the Cyclone and just delay the starport a lot. And I am kind of surprised that he's still not getting a starport. He really wants to get to bio more than anything. But at the same time, based on what happened in the last game, he didn't really rely on like Banshees or a Liberator or a Battle Cruiser. So I can also see that it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad at all to do what he did. The same as the last game, because as soon as he got like 30 Marines with Stim, he just killed Bly. Obviously, it was a little bit more nuanced than that, but it was still a really well done setup, in my professional opinion. So he smites that depot. It's a lot of Lings and Ravagers. He wants to have enough biles to just click on tanks and kill them, and that's where all the gas has been going for Special. With 4 siege tanks, surely he can hold this. The Queen's trying to run forward and soak up the first tank volleys. Yeah, Special is a little supply block. That's a good point. I don't think he's ever going to get that wall up. See, there you go. Supply drop. You need it. You need it, man. Absolutely need it. These Ravagers are trying to smite a tank from the left. Look at this 300 IQ Ravager control from Bly. Oh, Bly. Okay, well, he got the wall up a little bit again. He's got to bile the wall. He's got to bile down the wall. He has enough, I think, to one-shot the depot. Oh, he's going to send 3 Ravagers in on their own. Oh, my God. Secret Zergy man. Secret Zergy man. For your siege tanks, he's got a plan. Well, there you go. 2 siege tanks killed without losing almost anything for Bly. 2 depots killed. It's going to supply block Special. He does have another tank that's about to finish, which is nice. Stim is about to finish, so I actually think, based on what happened last game, I actually think Special has done it, right? Because as soon as he got this many Marines, the game was over with Stim. He's trying to take down the engineering bay that's getting +1. You actually really don't want to lose that. You don't want to lose the depot either, but the E-bay is certainly more important in this scenario. And he's forcing him to pull SCVs off of mining to take care of that. So there's some other, you know, tangential benefits to that. This Cyclone is looking for something, and he's like, oh, where'd the army go, bro? Where'd your army go? The Ravagers and Lings are coming back. This is scary, though. He's building Banelings and getting Burrow. Oh, my God. So his plan is to try and not only contain him with this Ravager rush, but also just contain him with Burrow to Banelings. So I think Bly's run out of time with this attack, and I agree with you in the chat as well, Jacked. But he is giving himself some opportunities to make a play with these Baneling mines. He wants to, yeah, he's going to double expand. This is where these 8 Marines getting dropped right here are worth gold. Oh, he even canceled those. I don't even know what he was building there, but he's like, nope, I don't want to do that. Surprisingly misses the 3rd base. He wants to go for the natural instead, Special, which has a lot more health on it. I think it's far more likely he's able to save this, but no. Okay, well, never mind. Good call there, killing the natural. Certainly doesn't want to push out over there. But Bly doesn't really have any drones, so he kind of has to kill everything with some Banelings. Where are the Bane mines? We got them over there. We got 2 here. They're not burrowed. That is bad. We have 1 here alone. That's not really... That's not what you want. Did you guys know that burrowed Banelings have a huge amount of vision, by the way? Isn't that crazy? Medevacs being chased by those Lings, trying to get more Banes out. But Bly does not have any drones. He's just now going to add 4 more. Every time he adds a building, like those 2 hatcheries, those 2 Evo chambers, those are 4 drones that have to turn into those. Does force another scan over here. And that is nice because all the scans being used there do mean that the Banelings have a higher chance of not getting detected. But he needs to move through them. No, they're not burrowed, Bly! No! Burrow them. They're not burrowed. They're not burrowed. They're not burrowed. They're not burrowed. So they're useless. Oh my God. Does he have the burrowed Banes anywhere? Oh, well, he might have seen him. He might have seen those Banelings burrow. That's bad, man. They're also not really blocking the choke, so the Marines won't run through them naturally. He kind of needs him to just sidestep. And he's not going to do that. There's no Banes burrowed over here. Rest of the army is a-coming. That's a lot of Marines. I can feel Todd warging into me. Luca, D, Su, fly. Also, Nathanias, your tank tops are not that good when your arms up uni. Hey, you Todd. I think Special's done it. I mean, yeah, now the Banelings have been moved, but I mean, he's not going to go down that ramp. He doesn't have anything to stop these Marines. There's just too many men with guns over here. GG is called, and Special is going to take this match here at the ESL Pro Tour after a wild series. 2-1.